Good morning. How are you? It's Friday, May 17th. It's 11 o'clock down here. I don't know what time it is where you guys are, and I don't really care, to tell you the truth. I was watching videos recently about some sort of hearing or something that was going on in Congress last night, and it was a joke. You have Marjorie Taylor Greene personally insulting people, doing everything she can to disrupt the place, and then everybody gets involved in it because people get pissed off that it's they said it was a seventh. They'd been working for 17 hours, and that this was just ridiculous bullshit that was going on. And this happens all the time in Congress because you have people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, and there are others on the Democratic side as well that sit there and try to disrupt the situation so that nothing's really getting done. And that's just that's not acceptable to me. It might be acceptable to a lot of the world, but it's not acceptable to me. If you're paying, you elect these people, you pay them. They don't do what you ask them to do, and they don't get anything done. So they sit there and they're getting. It's like the kid that the guy that works in an office. He sits in the back of the room, doodling on his pad while everybody's breaking their back trying to get deals done and stuff like that. And he just sits there and he gets paid the same as you. That's the deal down there. I believe that when this is all over and there's a new Congress, if Trump doesn't get elected, then it's goodbye, Marjorie. I mean, she has to go because she's not going to allow anything to happen, anything to get done. She's probably going to be leading a QAnon charge on the Capitol on the day of the verification vote. You know, it's just we have a really rough situation in the United States now, and I don't know how many people are sitting around and willing to take this seriously or not. It doesn't appear so. Uh, it appears that everybody's sitting around saying that oh, it'll be okay. This shit happens. Nobody's really upset, and when people start dying in the streets, that's when they're going to get upset. You know, and by then it's going to be a little late. Okay? So, that took care of my number one situation here. I don't know what else to say. Let's see what else is going on. Shall we take a look at MSNBC? Here we go. What have they got to say for themselves this morning? You have this football player. He's a kicker, and he was speaking at a graduation, college graduation. And I think it was Duke. You know, and he comes out with these anti-Semitic statements and whatnot, and it's just, I you know, I'm gonna take a look and see. They say what happens next. They said that people are saying that the Chiefs should part ways with Butker, but the team and the league will probably do nothing. Well, if they don't do anything, I'm sure the general public will do something, and that's not something you want to see. You know, people go to football games to enjoy themselves, not to see fights. I've been there when the fights have started and whatnot, in Giant Stadium, and I can tell you where they're going to start and whatnot because apparently there's a section of the stadium that isn't season ticket holders. It's I don't know whether they're yearly ticket holders or however you want to put it, but they tend to give the seats away if the weather's bad, and that's when the shit starts. Now, Samuel Alito, Alito had an upside down flag flying on January 6th during the insurrection. Well, that's usually a sign of distress in the Navy, but I don't know, what it means to him. Let's see. GOP demands Biden her audio. they can demand they want the audio, but Biden want executive privilege, so that's not going to happen. Clarence Thomas Penn's court decision rejecting extreme right-wing legal theory. The difficult truth we have yet to confront 70 years after Brown versus the Board of Education. Yeah, schools aren't that segregated or integrated, really. If they're the affluent kids and if they're white nationals, they go to private schools. I know this for a fact. I won't get into how I know this, but I know it's done. So, that's the segregation still exists. It's just done subtly now, not openly. And the fact that Trump's surrogates are in this keep coming into the courtroom should make the judge suspicious, but we'll have to wait and see what happens there. If I was a judge, I'd just close it to the public. Because I think Trump is trying to use those politicians as leverage against some of the witnesses. That some of these witnesses still have dealings with them. Even they covered that story about Congress descending into chaos after MTG insulted colleagues' appearance. World's top golfer got arrested before the start of the PGA Championship. But of course, she was out in time to tee off. Money talks, bullshit walks. All right. The Supreme Court is becoming more and more of a political entity, and it's not supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be, as neutral as it can possibly be, and that way you could get answers to the Constitution and stuff like that, What's this about? Trump keeps making this pledge at the 2024 election rallies. He's not doing too well at the rallies, by the way. He's anti-vaccine. And there's a problem with that because there's an article in CNN about this summer COVID being a problem during the summer again. Because the thing with COVID, it keeps changing, and your vaccines, or at least this is what they're telling us, the vaccines need to be changed or updated because they just don't work all the time because there's new variants coming out, and I don't know whether that's. I think that's a fair statement, and I think they do that. Most diseases do that. They adapt. And if you don't, in some cases, it doesn't. It doesn't make any difference. The vaccine's strong enough to hold them off, but as those variants become stronger, then the vaccine becomes less effective, and And of course, North Korea decides to fire a ballistic missile as a test. I'd like to fire one as a test right into Seoul. Or no, that's not the core. Whatever the capital of North Korea is. I don't think it's Seoul. I think that's South Korea. Melatonin on kids. Wow. McCartney's a billionaire thanks to the Beatles, because he's still taking money from the group itself. He didn't earn all that money by himself. Trust me. The popularity of the group is what does it. And I don't like McCartney. I didn't like him when the Beatles were together. I like George and John. You know, Ringo was sort of a, I don't know. He's like a hanger-on. You know, stick around, stick around. He's not that he's a bad musician or he's a very good person. Uh, but I thought that I just thought that McCartney and what have you, you know. McCartney always, I don't know, just something about him that he thought he was better than everybody else. And I don't think that's so. As human beings go, I think John was the better human being. I think McCartney was all about himself. I think he still is, you know. Okay, what's going on? Trump steps into nightmare, calls for help. These are those Midas touch stories that I don't know. I have to verify them. I have to see them on a major news channel. Otherwise, I don't really trust these YouTube interviews. I wouldn't trust me, really. You know, that's why I don't say these are what I probably, most of what I say is just my personal opinion. You know, I don't have a lot of proof of this stuff. You know, it's just the way I feel. All right. I think we're nearing the end of the day's video. I don't really have much more to say. So I think I'm going to stop now before I make a complete ass out of myself. You know? I don't know whether I told you this yesterday or not, but I had a really bad fall yesterday. Couldn't get up. Some nice gentleman's come by, had stopped his car and helped me get up. Well, there was a kid on a delivery boy on a motorcycle that just stopped, looked at me, then kept on going. So I'm stiff and sore today, but it appears this is something I'm going to have to live with, you know. All right, listen, so I will, if I don't see you later, I'll see you tomorrow.